Welcome to Total Fitness. Right now, nice busy studio today. Today's routine is called Chemical. It's a nice mix. It's all to time. I'm using that old shopping list template. I'll go through the details shortly. You haven't got to worry about counting reps. You're just looking at different movements, linking them together. As I say, I'll go through everything shortly. If you've got a kettlebell or two, that's brilliant, because there are some windmills in there, which generally would be a lighter weight, but there is some deadlift and bent over row, which would generally be a heavier weight. So, if you've got a bit of a variety, that is great. And your body weight, that's it. Let's get warmed up, and then I'll take you through the details. Right, okay, just showing you the solid good. Nice and loose. Chest stretch. Chest forward. with some more unusual movements today. So nothing's ever too simple. There's always a little mixture of movements. I'll go through them all in a minute. We're doing 6 of them. Okay, we're doing 6 sets of each of the 6. Okay, so it's 36 sets back to back. We're doing them shopping style. Okay, so I know a lot of you are familiar with this template. So we do exercise 1, then round 2. We add the second one. So we go back to number 1. So we'll do number 1 back to back. Then you'll have the second. Then we go back to the start again. It'll be a third set on number 1, 2. Add the third. Round 4, we have the 4th. Round 5, we have the 5th. Round 6, we have the final one. Round 7, well, you've done 6 of number 1, so you can tick that off. It's done. Round 8, you've done 6 of number 2, so we tick that off. Okay, so that's done. So when you've done 6 sets, you stop doing that exercise. And so you're left with just the last one. Okay? Don't worry if that doesn't make any sense to you. Okay, it will. And I'll be doing it anyway, so you just follow me. All you need to know is 6 movements. Like I say, they are a little bit complex, which is fine because you haven't got to count reps. So don't worry about that. Concentrate on the movement itself and do as many times as you can in 45 seconds. That's all you need to do. And don't worry if you get them wrong. It's understandable, particularly if you're new to this, because they are sort of more, say, linked movements today. They're not just a simple movement. So let me show you each of the 6. Number 1 is called a B-Star Jack Press Up. Okay, so this. You're going to rock back, see from the side. As you're going to push back your heel, your hips to your heels, and then in, and then into a Jack Press Up. Feet out. Okay, so it's there. From this angle, push back, hips to heels, in, and into that press up. If you'd rather break it up and just take it a bit slower, so you do that big start, then do your jack, then drop to the knees, then do the push up. That breaks it up a bit for you, okay? So rock back, prone jack, drop the knees, press up, rock back. Okay, then the more advanced version, okay, if you don't need to use your knees, that one that I showed you. So there, and then you're in, you're almost diving into that push-up. Okay? But that takes control and practice. I don't expect everyone to do that. So just do your version, make it work for you. Right. Exercise 2 and 3 is the same exercise, but one side than the other. And this really is every muscle in your body working here. So it's a cluster to windmill. Now a cluster itself is a linked, is a chain, is a flow. Okay, so it's a clean, squat, press, windmill. That's what we're doing today. Okay, so we're clean. We're doing a hand clean, so through the thigh triangle, up to that rack position. Now that's the clean part. Okay, then we've got the thruster, which is the squat and the press. And once it's up there, you're going to attempt the windmill. So you just shift your feet slightly and your hips up there. And then make your way down as low as you can. Look what my hand's doing. Just keeping it back there. My shoulder acts like a gyroscope. And then back up. Back down. Back through. Clean. Squat. Press. Windmill. Back. Keep your arms straight. With the windmill, you must keep your arm long. If you do the bent arm, that's when you'll struggle. From the side, look. It's this. Look at my hand. Okay. And as I come up, you're doing that. Okay? Like I say, the windmill is one of those exercises you'll hate it when you can't do it, but then love it when you can. It's one of those movements. Once mastered, it'll be your favourite exercise. Until then, it'll be your nemesis. Okay, so even if you do a partial windmill, clean, squat, press, just even if you come down to your knee, look, that's fine. Yeah? Yeah, don't worry, John, you'll get there now, I promise. Okay? So that's your next 2. Yes, that takes us to 3. We've got 3 more. Right, goblet march, okay? Just gives you a little bit of respite perhaps after the other two. Okay, so you're going to go into that goblet position. So kettlebell here, shoulder blades nice and tight. You're just looking over the top of that handle. Okay, core tight. You're going to do these marches, bringing your knee up. Okay. But after the other things, it's surprising how tough that gets. Okay, so goblet march. Next one, stepping swings. Well, our last two now. If you're still mastering regular kettlebell swings, I suggest you stay with the kettlebell swing. Remember, it's there. For a swing style, it's always in front of you, and you drag it through the thigh triangle and you're meant to go. Remember, it stays there. Don't swap your swings. Hinge them. So there, through the triangle. Drive the hips up. Okay, now if you're more advanced, you've absolutely mastered your swing, do some stepping swings. So while that's weightless, you do a little step. Forwards and backwards. Okay, you can change your lead leg if you want to every few reps. But that step happens while it's weightless. So you drive it up, step, draw level, and then it comes down. As it goes up, step, draw level, yeah? That's the movement you're looking for. Okay, if you're going to attempt that, say, perhaps a bit lighter than normal. See how you go. The last one, number 6, in a squat thrust to a deadlift to a bent over row. Okay, so your squat thrust part, this time you pick up pointers from your heels, it's a deadlift because you're not, that dynamic part is part of it. Then hands down, out, in, hinge the hips, and then you're just going to row overhand, keep it overhand into the belly button. So no, this time there's no hinge up. You just hold in, just use your lats. Back down, out, in. Deadlift, row. Hands down. See the difference? One, you're keeping your arms straight, you're just hinging. Knees apart, armpits closed. And the second one, you hold that low hinge, row to belly button, okay? It's going to get you thinking these, it's going to keep your mind occupied. Right, 36 sets. Back to back, then we've got a little finisher as well for you again today. Okay. Take your time. Get used to each movement. Don't worry if you get them wrong. It doesn't matter. Just keep practicing. Watch what I do. Okay, remember our first one is that V-start jack press up. Break it down if you need to. V-start jack. Time. Ready, Glenn? Number 1. 3. Nice walk. Clean, squat, press, whip down. Good. you're going to hold like this. Legs off the floor, shoulders off the floor. You rest 10 seconds. On minute 2, you've got to do 30 clap unders. And I want this. Okay, not fingertip, yeah? Proper. You do fast. Full clap. When you're done, only go and hold the plank for the rest of the time. And then switch. Okay? So. All over the slide, but it's worth it. It's great little finish on this one. Right, so Chemical, the finisher. Again, another mix and everything. So, 6 sit-up and twists per side, hollow body, rest 10 seconds, 30 clap unders, plank, repeat 3 times. Ready? 3, 2, That was enjoyable. Right, total mobility. We're coming right up, we're running a bit late, sorry about that. 2 minutes, we're good to go. Well done, everyone.